What's poppin' YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by that title and that thumbnail, I am coming back with another great video. I did not get a chance to get a before video of Ming, but I was trying to take some screenshot pictures of the actual video. But I'm starting this video off right with her bath, just trying to get her clean. She got our holiday special, so she got one of our upgraded packages. I do believe I did the Shih on her because the owner said that he wanted something that would help her smell good and that would last a while. So in my experience, the Shih does really well with deodorizing, getting them clean, and getting the coat nice and soft, and making the haircut look very nice. I said this in one of my last videos, but I want to say it again. When you are washing a dog's face, you want to pay very close attention to their eyes because that's where they hold a lot of the crust and a lot of dirt buildup, kind of like how we are when we wake up in the morning. Dogs hold that as well. So you want to get in there, you want to wash it, wet it as thoroughly as you can, and then really soap it up and scrub in those eyes really well because that's how you loosen it up. While the soap is sitting there, you want to wash the body. While we're on the topic of the face and tear stains, I want to touch briefly about tear stains because a lot of dogs struggle with this. I do believe it's a pretty big topic and something that should be talked about for a little bit. Tear stains on a dog is fluid that is backed up in the tear ducts that is supposed to pass through the nostrils. It is very normal for a dog to have tear stains, but it's not so normal when they have an excessive amount of tear stains. An excessive amount of tear stains is usually stemmed from allergies or improper functions in the dog's body. To try to correct these issues that your dog may have, you want to take a look at the type of food your dog is eating or what your dog may be allergic to, whether it's environmental allergies, a food allergy, or seasonal allergies. A lot of the times when you're trying to correct a dog's allergy, you want to tackle their gut health first. So if your dog has an excessive amount of yeast or dry skin or constantly scratching or itching, you want to tackle the gut health first because what's coming in the body is what's going out of the body. So if your dog is eating a lower grade quality food that has a lot of cheap fillers and artificial flavors and toxins in it, that is going to be produced through the body, which is going to affect its overall general health, which is why it's very important that you pay attention to the quality of the food that you're feeding your dog. You also want to use proper face wash for your dog. I, on my personal dogs, use the Lavish line by Tropiclean, and it can be found on Amazon anywhere. That face wash has blueberries in it as well as other ingredients that help aid in removing all the tear stains off of your dog. When used daily, you will definitely see a big difference in results rapidly. I personally don't use it daily. I probably use it once a week, and now that I've gotten them under control, I used it once a month. Blueberries are a key factor in face wash because that is one of the main ingredients that help to remove tear stains and get them under control, which is also why I feed my dogs blueberries in their food as well. Overall, blueberries is a big beneficial ingredient to your dog's diet, just in general, as well as to the products that you're using on your dogs when you're washing them. I would like for y'all to let me know if y'all want me to do a video on dog food because I do make my own dog's food. It has drastically helped his shedding. It's reduced it, I would like to say, about 90%. It's definitely helped his coat. It's so much softer. I feel like it's a brighter white. It's helped his energy level, and I do believe it's also helped to maintain his heart murmur at a low grade. And just as a disclaimer, I would like to say I'm not a vet, but I do a lot of research on what is best for dogs and what is healthiest for dogs. And I've come across a lot of articles and research stating that dry food is not good for dogs, which is what made me switch to a homemade diet for my dog. And it has helped him tremendously. So y'all just let me know in the comments and I can definitely make a video about dog food next time I'm actually making my homemade dog food. So I let the cheese sit on Ming for about 5 to 7 minutes just to get the most benefits out of it. So now I'm going to go in and rinse off the conditioner, and I don't think I've ever touched on this in any of my last videos, but when you're rinsing off conditioner, you want to make sure you rinse all of it out. Conditioner has this really soft silky feel to the fur, and it kind of makes your hand just glide across the fur. How you know the fur is completely rinsed and there's no more conditioner in there is when it has that squeaky, clean, rubbery feel. Your hand kind of just skids across it, like it's like almost like you can't really get a grip on the fur. But that's how you know it's clean, when you have that squeaky, clean, rubbery feel. If you are leaving conditioner in the dog, if you don't get it all out, the dog has a very high chance of having an allergic reaction to it, or the dog could simply have suds in it, and when the dog gets wet again, the fur will soap up again. I'm going to say about this one time a customer came to my last job to get their dog an express bath. An express bath is just when the dog comes in, gets washed, leaves back out as soon as it's done. He comes there all the time. He generally goes to one person, but that person wasn't there, so this other person had to do it. And I won't say the person's name just to protect the identity of that person, but the customer came back and stated that that day that the dog left, all of the conditioner or soap was not out of the dog, because when the dog went home, it jumped in the pool and the spot where the dog was just filled up with suds from the soap from his bath. Now, why they let the dog jump in the pool right after he got washed, I don't know. But I said that to say, make sure you rinse all the conditioner out of the dog. You don't want a situation like that. Real quick, again, towel drying a dog thoroughly is very important because it will cut down your time with the velocity dryer drastically for those of you that are new groomers or wanting to learn how to groom in the future, or if you are a parent wanting to groom your dog at home. Towel dry them thoroughly and it will cut down your time with the velocity dryer drastically, and it will cut down the stress that your dog is under when they're being velocity dried because the dryer is louder. Ming was a very good girl for the dryer. No dog really likes their face being done, so I wouldn't say she was perfect for her face, but she was really good overall for the dryer. Again, when drying the fur, you want to get it as straight as possible so you can have the best result for her grooming. It'll turn out so much better if you get the dog's coat as straight as possible. I watch people groom all the time. I've been doing it for a very long time, and I do see people send their dogs home with still curly fur. Me personally, I don't like that because I don't like how it looks. So I personally try and get the dog's fur as straight as possible. And if you want to be a really good quality groomer, get the dog's fur as straight as possible. And like I said, she didn't like her face being dry, so she wasn't a fan. So I just had to hold it at a distance and dry it as best as I could. She really did not like that dryer on her face. Ooh, she didn't like it. And I was trying to hold her so she wouldn't backflip off the table, which most dogs try and do. You'd be very surprised. When I say dogs do not care about their life, your life or anybody else's life around them, when you are doing something they don't like, they will try and hurt themselves, hurt you, hurt whoever is around, break the table. They do whatever they possibly can to get out of it, as opposed to just sitting there and taking it so it can be done. And that, I think, is the most funniest about dogs. Now we're going to get into the haircut. When the owner dropped Ming off, I went over the haircut notes, and he specifically wanted her shorter and he wanted a 5 blade. Now I chose to go with the reverse that was equivalent to the 5 blade because it comes out so much cleaner. Depending on the dog, the 5 blade with the grains looks really good, and the 1/2 inch in reverse looks really good. You can never go wrong with a reverse blade because it comes out so much cleaner. A reverse anything comes out cleaner. It just lays so much smoother to the skin, and I learned and noticed that pet parents like that a lot more. If you have a pet parent that comes in and asks for a specific length, but that length is not cutting properly, try it in reverse. And in reverse is always 2 steps up from that length. So this pet parent came in and asked for a 5 blade. So I'm going to do 2 steps up, which is a 3 blade or a 1 guard comb in reverse. When going in reverse, you want to be careful of some of the sensitive areas. So like the tuck ups, the hock, you want to be careful of the tail, the butt, the armpit. You just want to be very, very careful of the sensitive areas, because although going in reverse is easier, sometimes it can catch the skin just like going with the grain can. But as you can see, the reverse is coming out so clean, and she has the perfect coat for a reverse because her coat lays so silky smooth to her body. So I knew a reverse would look really, really good on her. And right now I'm just kind of combing her through just to go over and see what I need to go back with the clipper. I decided to go with the grain on her legs because sometimes doing a reverse on the legs can be a little tricky. But in the end, I went back with the reverse 3 blade because the reverse 3 blade looked a lot cleaner and gave me less to scissor once the haircut was complete. The safest way to shave down the front leg and not have them jerk and pull as much is essentially to hold right behind their elbow. It's almost like you're putting their arm in a lock so they can't really jerk their arm. They can thrash around if they want to, but they tend to calm down once you have control of the situation and control of the groom. So as I stated, I'm going back over the legs in reverse because I didn't like how the 5 with the grain came out. Even though it's like on camera, it seems like it came out okay. To the groomer's eye and me looking at it, it looked choppy. So I went back with the 3 blade in reverse and just cleaned it up. Right here is one of those sensitive spots, so I'm carefully kind of going in the leg to kind of clean that up with the reverse because the tuck up spot is right there, and that is easily cut so often. There I go, cleaning that table off again. Now I'm going in to do the paw pads, sanitary, and nails. Usually I do that as prep work, but that day I was extremely busy, so I just had to rush and get all the dogs in the tub, which is why I wasn't able to get a before video or picture of this dog. Ming came in that day where I had all perfect dogs. It is so rare as a groomer that all of your dogs that come in are very well behaved, but that day, every single last dog was a great dog, and it made my day so much easier because I was so busy that day. What I try and do with all of my dogs is to get all of the clipper work done. So the clipper work on the body, paw pads, sanitary, and then also the face, which you're going to see me do right now. I'm trying to get all of the face done. And the best way to hold the face down so the dogs cannot jerk is to slightly put your thumb over the nose and then hold the bottom of their chin. And you pretty much have a good grip. But Ming was very well behaved, so I didn't have to hold her too long. To get the perfect Shih Tzu face, you want to scoop out right in front of their eyes, but you don't want to shave down the bridge of the nose. If you shave down the bridge of the nose, one, their nose is going to look extremely bald, and then you won't be able to get that perfect round muzzle and round face that the owners like. If you can see, I also shave in front of their lips. I usually call it waxing their lips, but I just shave it with a shorter blade. So it also kind of makes the front of their mouth clean because a lot of dogs have that hair that just rolls into their mouth that they're constantly licking back in their mouth, and it's all on the lip. So I clean all of that up and clean that out. And then I go in with my thinning shears and make everything nice and round, and they just come out so cute. And that's how I make the perfect Shih Tzu face. Ming had these cool little spots on her back, almost like she was like a merle color, but she was a really pretty Shih Tzu. If you are a new groomer trying to learn tricks on how to become a faster groomer but still keep your quality, I urge you to do all of your clipper work first. Don't bounce around because that's going to take you longer because you're essentially clippering one area, stopping, picking up nail clippers, stopping, picking the clippers back up, and so on and so forth. If you get all of your clipper work out first, so the body, the paw pads, the sanitary, and then the face, go through and do everything else like the nails and whatnot, and then go through and do your scissor work, it makes your groom time cut down so much. Shih Tzu feet, I think, are one of the easiest ones to make look cute. Maltese feet are hard, but Shih Tzu's feet, I think, are the easiest. One trick to making them look cute if you're shaving them down is clean in between the toes. If you shave them down in let's say like a 5 or a 7 blade, and you leave all that hair up at the top of their feet, it looks very sloppy. It looks like they have on socks. Pet parents want their feet to be clean, so scissor them nice and tight and then clean in between the toes, and it makes it look so much better and it lasts a lot longer for the pet parent. Now I'm just going to be going through and finishing up her face with my thinning shears. I switched the sides of the table so I could show a little bit more and so that y'all were able to see a little bit more. But I'm just going to scissor her face now down to the desired length. When I'm doing the face, depending on the dog and depending on what the pet parent wants, I don't generally leave a visor because most people say that that grows the fastest. So I usually take that visor line way back. Not so far back where it looks silly, but enough where it's blended in with the face. What also helps to make that perfect Shih Tzu face is to shorten the chin hair. A lot of new groomers leave, it looks like a U under the chin. Pet parents don't want that. What is going to make the face look cute and round is the sides of the face, the sides of the muzzle. Pet parents do not want the chin hair because it gets all in their food, all in their water, and it just drips water when they're drinking. So I take the chin hair kind of short and I leave everything else nice and round. She looks so cute already. Look at her little squishy face. When I say she was so perfect, like she was so sweet. Oh my goodness. She was literally the best Shih Tzu I've had at this new store that I'm at. Now I'm going in with my matte zapper. I absolutely love this brush, but I'm going in and I'm going to demat the tangles that are behind her ears. It left her ears fluffy because I usually demat them before the bath. So after the bath, the ears are not as fluffy as they are now that you can see, but I didn't have time to demat them before the bath. So I had to demat them after the bath, which I do not like because it leaves a frizzy look. But I messed up and I forgot to hit the record button after I handed a person's dog back and I started scissoring the tail. So now I just kind of lightly cleaned it up because I wasn't finished. I'm touching up her face because I saw some areas that I didn't like, but now I'm going to go through and scissor her face. And because she is a girl, I gave her a little curve to her ears because I believe the straight cut is for the boy dogs. And I sprayed some Shih on her ears to take down some of the frizz. It helped a little bit, but not as much as I would have liked it to. I am a groomer that does everything with their straights. You have some groomers that use their curves for everything. I use my straights for everything. And there you have it. Pretty girl Ming, all done with her grooming. She was the absolute best. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video. Go watch my other ones if you liked it. And I will see you all in the next video.